I am Austin.
I am Adrian.
And you're listening to the Bad Games, Bad Language podcast.
Three, two, one.
You just snapped.
It works, whatever. Fuck it.
I just heard just a snap.
Yeah. Anyway, hello, welcome back to the 14th episode that we've recorded.
And in this episode, we're gonna talk about Fortnite.
Oh, fucking Christ. Actually, that does remind me. My cousins are visiting next week, and I mentioned
they like
this to you.
Fortnite.
And my uncle told my dad that, oh, his kids play this game called Fortnite. It's all the popular whatever. And
it's what all the cool
so my
kids
dad
are
just
playing,
came
is what
over
your dad
and
said.
No, that's what my uncle said. And so my dad just came over and asked me, do you know what this game is? And then I showed it to him and he was like, oh, okay.
It's the really bad game.
It's a not so great game.
It's
also,
the really
I did totally
game.
show my dad the games that I play, aka only ever Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And
he went, you're really weird.
No, he actually enjoyed it. He was
Cool.
pretty interested. I showed him oh shoot, have you seen this video? It's from Starvin. It's basically a no hit run, but it's competitive. And
where
it's really fucking
challenging
good.
other people or something?
No, it's they're doing it for this charity event that they do apparently yearly. And it's just 4 people going up against each other. And it is really entertaining, and my dad actually enjoyed it quite a bit. We didn't watch
That's
the entire
pretty
thing,
cool.
but yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
Me and my dad watched a speedrun of Grand Theft Auto 3 because that's the game he used to play back when I was a kid. So we watched a speedrun of a guy that I brought up in a couple episodes ago. But we watched a speedrun, or at least half of it, because it was only like a 45-minute speedrun or something. It was pretty
Damn.
good. Some shit like that, but that's because it's a short game. And I don't know, he liked it. He thought it was cool, and I was like really happy that he actually enjoyed something like that. I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun because like it is admittedly like video games are something that like older generations might be a bit more disconnected to.
What's
So,
a
like,
video?
Pretty much. But like really if you think about it, it's just another medium of entertainment and storytelling. Except that nobody plays it for the storytelling. So I kind of lied.
George R.R.
but,
Martin is totally making a game with
that's a good
FromSoft.
segue. Also,
So
I'm gonna interrupt
tell me
here
about
because
storytelling.
let me just give up a bit of exposition 2 minutes in here. So this episode is going to be going up probably on Friday. The reason it's going up on Friday as opposed to on Monday, which is the day that we usually upload,
We had issues.
we had a lot of technical issues. I thought that we could because Austin doesn't have access to his microphone as usual. Like the usual
that's why I
microphone
sound
that
like
he uses.
really bad.
It actually doesn't sound that bad. It'll be okay. But he doesn't have the usual microphone. Aww. He doesn't have the usual microphone that he uses. So we tried recording through PlayStation, and I was like, okay, I can just grab the video file and just convert it into an audio file. But we were having a shit ton of trouble uploading it, so now there's just a nebulous episode that got lost in the void.
And we totally talked about this game.
And we did talk. It was more relevant then, but I think it's still relevant somewhat.
Oh yeah,
but,
I mean, Fighter PL totally just uploaded a video where he put just a meme right in the beginning and then just played the entirety of the fucking trailer. I'm like, yep, that's
right.
an easy 17k views. Good job, man. On
Yeah,
that grind.
probably more than that. But anyway, what I was saying is that like there was technical issues basically, and we weren't able to record. Well, we did record, but we weren't able to get the audio on Monday. So then I just pushed the episode back because I didn't want to use Austin's other microphone. Just some, what are they, like iPhone headphones?
This is literally iPhone headphones right now, yes.
So hey, if you want to start a podcast, listen to this. Like, it's not that bad.
It's pretty bad, bro.
It's usable.
It's
I've
iPhone
recorded
headphones.
It is iPhone headphones. You're very right.
I'm an iPhone
but yeah,
headphone.
and so okay, back to what we were segueing into. the new From Software game that was announced at E3, and totally not leaked. There's a game coming out called Elden Ring, right?
Elden Ring, yes.
And this game is a new From Software game made in collaboration with
George R. Martin.
Thank you. I was gonna say like J.R.R. Martin or some bullshit because I can't remember his name for shit.
He's the guy who writes Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so the thing is that like I've never read any of the Game of Thrones books, or watched or seen any of the Game of Thrones like series. So I'm very much not like, I know that it's like blatantly one of the biggest fantasy
it's a thing, yes.
Things.
It is 100% a thing.
Also, I'm not sure you're going to be able to hear the clacking in the background, but I'm very much playing video games while talking. I usually don't do this, but today I felt the need to.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, honestly. If you get a game that you're like it's easy for you to play, like you don't need to think about it. That's why I'm playing Jack and Daxter, because I can play this game without looking.
I'm just doing Dark Souls Invasions.
That's a really bad idea.
Not really, because the guy that I'm fighting sucks ass. So,
but now you're just gonna talk about Dark Souls.
Well, we were gonna talk about Dark Souls anyway.
Yeah, well, Elden Ring is gonna be a way better game. It's gonna have better PvP, better PvE,
he was
better
like
everything.
He hyped the fuck out of that thing, just saying. Because he's saying that it's going to be more like diverse and expansive than Dark Souls, which is already fucking expansive as all hell.
Super diverse.
I know.
You can use a straight sword.
You can play as a
trans.
R1. Oh, I was gonna go for the other side of
you can R1
there is a trap ring
with a straight sword, and you can R1 with a straight sword.
Stop running away from me, you bitch.
Do you know what else you can do? You can R1 with a straight sword in Dark Souls 3. Usually one-handed.
Yeah. Just spam one button.
Sometimes you could put it in two-handed, but
usually you don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So it should have
okay, this fucking shitty conversation. Anyway, Elden Ring
terrible.
Looks like a really fucking great game so far for the very little that they've actually shown.
They've shown
like
almost
really
nothing.
Giving us, there's no gameplay yet now.
They're
giving us like a very heavy suspense and build up. When do you think it'll be out?
I actually I watched, this may be cheating, but I watched a Vadi video, which if somehow whoever's listening to this doesn't know, Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls, all of them, have some pretty like intricate lore, and so there's this channel with like over a couple million subscribers that is just dissecting the lore basically. And so he was saying that it's probably because like they have like a whole history of doing it like this, that it's probably going to be coming out in next year, the beginning of next year, around there. And actually something that he mentioned also, which I think sort of backs it up, is that they've been developing since they released the last DLC of Dark Souls 3. So that's like a couple years now, like 2 years I think, or more maybe, in development. So they've made probably some good amount of progress. And I bet that like because George R.R. Martin is going to be handling all of the story stuff basically. And I know
they don't need to worry about their shit story.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that. They can Miyazaki can concentrate all of his energy in making a good game, and not worrying
but the
about.
The story was so good.
He does have actually some pretty decent
edgy.
Stories. It is pretty edgy, admittedly.
No, I think it's gonna be a very good collaboration between the two. Obviously, they gotta try and share ideas, and they're. I really hope there isn't much of a drop off for how they both very clearly are trying to understand it, because they're not. It's not like those two probably go out to the bar and hang out every Tuesday night.
Definitely.
They
also
probably didn't know who the fuck each other were, and somebody was like, "Let's
not
hire
really.
George R."
Do you know? Did you read I sent you the I guess you didn't read it. The whole release thing. Yeah, so Miyazaki gave an interview, and the amount of times that he used the word stimulate, referring to George R.R. Martin, it's kind of troubling because
are they stimulating each other?
they're stimulating each other. Yeah, but he was saying like, oh, it stimulated the creativity of the team a lot, like a lot of those books.
Oh,
and apparently Miyazaki's just a massive nerd for George R. R. Martin's work. And he cited his
Glad to hear that.
he cited his favorite book as apparently George R. R. Martin. I can say that again. George R. R. Martin had. Let me try it again.
Sorry,
George
I just
R.
fell
R.
off of a
Fuck
thing.
you. I'm trying to say the name.
George
R.
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 Martin.
Yeah. Apparently, he wrote a vampire book, and what would you know? But like Miyazaki also made a Cough vampire
a Bloodborne
game, a Bloodborne.
I want to make a Bloodborne.
Wanna go play Bloodborne?
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Oh,
what
was it? Oh shoot!
My memes are dead because I fell again.
You're just saying things without context now.
No, I just died again, son of a bitch. I keep trying to do a speedrun strat, and I keep fucking it up.
I feel that pain.
I'm trying to practice it because I'm really good at this game. It's like one of my only games that I'm good at because I apparently played a lot of Jak and Daxter as a kid. So there's this trick midway through one of the harder levels in this game where you just kind of bang your head off the ground and you can bounce way, way higher and you just skip 90% of the level.
Sounds pretty fair. I bet the developers really meant for you to use that method.
It's super
to get
intended.
through the game.
Super duper intended.
They basically made a guide out of it. This is how you do this, man.
Oh yeah, no.
Totally not breaking the game.
This game is very, very much broken when it comes down to the fun tricks. There's
but
a
that's
trick
the
in
good
this
thing,
game.
though.
Let's talk about speedrunning. Fuck it, because I've been watching a lot of that lately, and
talked a lot about speedrunning.
I know, but I really like watching some of the speedrunners do these tricks that you can never even imagine being a fucking tactic in the game.
Yeah.
Basically, the things that I think are the coolest in speedrunning are when they're doing those insane glitches, for a good example for something you would like, the Dark Souls 3 all bosses speedrun. This guy,
Did I cut out for you?
You cut out a little, but it's fine. I'm still recording.
My recording application just had a seizure.
Oh, is it still running?
It's still recording. I don't know if the audio got fucked or not. So why don't you just repeat for me from the beginning of oh, we've been talking a lot about speedrunning recently, and then just go.
Anyway, so since you just said that, the best example I have for how they break them, break the games, is Dark Souls 3. Obviously, the tumble buff has been a thing forever in a lot of these games.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I remember that thing.
You can tumble buff and then also dupe any soul you want, so including boss souls or whatever. So in the kid's basically a few moments while he's waiting for the game to do something that he has to wait for, he'll just dupe a soul.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart because can't exactly do anything else there.
Yeah. No, he does that so he gets him the souls that he needs, and then a lot of
any time or anything like that.
Yeah, there's also the my favorite one that they do in those speedruns is the kid he'll jump off of something that'll be a death fall, and he'll quit out in the same time that he hits the ground, and then it just spawns you where you just landed.
That was actually really hard to pull off with PS4.
Yeah, but, exactly. Yeah. You can do it on PC pretty easily, but it's really cool because it actually still works. You can do that in Anor Londo still on the current patch, where you drop off the side and you can land on that mini ledge, and then you can be on top of people over in the Pontiff area where the Silver Knights are. You can just stand up there, and people can't get to you whatsoever because you have to quit out to get there. Fun fact: I've been up there one time with Dev. Me and him both did the quit out thing, and I've just put a white sign down right up there. You can be summoned up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Really
the
broken.
Game still, for some reason, lets you do that.
No, it's an interesting thing, but stuff like that is just cool to see that people learn how to break games like that. The other speedrun I've been watching a lot of has been that SpongeBob game I talked about. That game is insanely broken. It's Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Battle for Bikini Bottom, that one.
Yeah. So that game is so heavily broken. Within the first, I'd say 30 seconds of the speedrun, you're already doing a very, very advanced tactic. There's a hand as you go out of bounds that'll grab you and bring you back in bounds. You can just disable that hand. So you can just go out of bounds in certain areas. Which is really interesting because a lot of that means that you can get under the map to spatulas that you would like be required to do missions to get them to spawn upward. And what are spatulas
in this game?
But
like collectibles or something?
The idea to the game is you got to collect golden spatulas to beat the game and fight the last boss or whatever. Some shit. There's robots everywhere, but yeah, that's the idea of the game. So you can basically clip through things or through the floor or do a lot of other weird stuff and go out of bounds without being grabbed right away, as long as like you keep your character in specific animations, which are really easy to do to an extent, but like one missed button press and you fuck it up.
Yeah, it's one of those like it's consistent but hard to do.
Yeah, the best one right away that you see in it is called the cruise boost. So you use this thing called the cruise bubble and you hit the wall with it. And if you get the frame perfect trick just right, it'll boost your character's speed, which you shouldn't be able to do. And it gives you really good momentum. So that game, normally, you kind of just move really slow. You don't have a lot of like advantages to yourself. You're just very, very slow as a character no matter what, other than the fact that like, yeah, you can do jumps and stuff. Who cares? But the cruise boost there allows you to like go further over obstacles that you wouldn't normally be able to jump over, or there's certain triggers for levels that like you would have to go so far and it'll trigger the next area. So if you're cruise boosting, you can jump just into that specific wall that says, oh, he made it to here, that means he must be in this next area. Then it just sends you to the next area.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful speedrun when it comes down to it, because it's like the epitome of broken game, and it's also just a great game is the thing. It's super fun. It's fun to watch, it's fun to play. The guy that I've been watching, his name is Shift, and he's just awesome. Definitely,
have you talked about him before?
Recommend. I think so. I brought it up briefly, but he's definitely a really good speedrunner, really good streamer too. He's just interesting.
Sure. Streamrunners in general are pretty interesting. Well, like when one of the things doesn't work for him. Yeah, I bet that's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, no, any speedrunner gets mad though, because like, speedrunning sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Like
all those challenge runs are always like, so like, just like, I don't think after like, if I did, for example, like a no-hit run and I made any form of progress, I don't think I would have the will to do it again if I failed. Because that is just, so much. It's like legitimately something that's hard to do. Like just from like having the will to do that bullshit again, sort of deal. Especially like did you see one of the most recent videos that we brought this guy up a lot, that Starva uploaded?
No. No, I haven't.
Well, I'm not sure if it's the most recent, but he's fighting basically. Well, he's already obviously completed a no-hit run, which in itself is a pretty good achievement. Yeah. But now he's going to try all of the bosses in Dark Souls 2, including all of the DLCs.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that video?
I think so. Didn't he get to like the very end and die?
He got to the very last boss, and then he got really unlucky, and the boss, when he was like about 2 hits away, managed to clip him. Yep.
While he was trying to roll it too, right?
Yeah, while he was trying to roll it. And you can just see like
Sorry
a fucking
about the mic sound right now. I'm actually moving in my room.
You know,
I'm just trying to like keep them still is all.
Like, I'm gonna cut that out as a thing. So you don't really have to like mention it, because like I'll just snip that out of existence.
I'll snip you out of existence right now, bro. Let's go. Let's tussle.
Thanos snap?
You wanna go wrestle, boy?
That was yeah.
That was
now I'm not sure I'm gonna cut that or not.
Podcast.
I mean, I don't see anything gay about that. Just two guys tussling.
Wrestling, tussling, touchling,
Covered in oil.
feeling.
Wearing only
No,
a pair of
no,
boxers.
No.
Imagine it.
No.
Visualize it.
No, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This has
I'm
been
fine.
the gay corner of the... We should
The
have...
gay quarter.
Yeah, we
Just
should have
name
called the
the
podcast
podcast
just
The
the
Queer
Queer
Corner.
Corner. The Queer Corner. I bet there's one that already exists called The
Oh, I
Queer
bet.
Corner. That has to
And
be
it's-
like an in-demand name.
Dude. I'd be really disappointed if it was like the Queer Corner and it's just like two overly flamboyant gay dudes that like clearly don't have a likable personality versus like, you know, just some cool queer dudes.
Yeah. You've mentioned before that like you don't really like people that are very flamboyant in general.
I just don't like overly animated people because like you're very clearly fake.
I guess to some extent, yeah, that's definitely true. But I think there are just some
you
people
can
like
have a bubbly personality, but I don't know. Some people are over the top, man. I'm not saying that everybody who sounds really like
I think you're just dead
flamboyant
inside,
and
man.
weird. Well, yeah, but not like everyone who sounds like flamboyant and weird is just like fucking the worst out there. But there's a lot of them that are super fake, and it's very, I don't know, it's very
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, people that are just trying to, and I guess like I don't know. I've never really cared about it. Like I can't say I'm the biggest fan of people that are ultra flamboyant, but
What do
I've
you
never
mean?
minded them too much. You tried being flamboyant there, I think. I'm really not sure because it didn't come off at all flamboyant. I'm sorry.
Oh, I should have said, "What do you mean, Daddy?" There we go.
That's better. Are we still in the gay
What
corner?
did you just fucking call me?
That's gonna
Dude,
be
have
one
you
of our
seen
segments
that?
now.
Have you seen that fucking video though? Like this dude comes back to his house. There's a bunch of people just like having a party or whatever, and
Sure.
the guy is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And this like big ass dude with like really, you know, just scraggly ass, looks really stonery looking. Just kind of high pitched voice looks at him, goes, "You need to chill, Daddy." And the guy goes, "What the fuck did you just call me?" And just like gets super pissed.
Yeah, that's not fun
I was-
either. Like,
Oh,
even
dude,
if you
it
don't
was
like
so
flamboyant people,
funny.
just roll with the punches. Like,
Dude, it was so
you just come
funny,
off as an
though.
asshole if you do that, though.
Holy fuck.
get
it was
offended
so
by it or
good.
some
That
bullshit.
video, like, it went so viral so quick. It was probably like 3 or 4 months ago, though.
Yeah. I didn't
Daddy,
say
you
it.
gotta chill. What did you just call me?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, fuck, it was so funny, dude. Oh, man. So, I got
Memes.
this pineapple shirt from my sister for my birthday, and I've been wearing it very consistently for, like, 2 fucking weeks.
Sure. Pineapple shirts
I-
are pretty good. Your
I
birthday
don't-
was recently.
Yeah, I don't
was
know
recently
why.
a thing that happened.
Yeah, it was pretty recently. So this is like my favorite shirt of all time. It's sort of red. I don't know. It's almost pink, but it's red, and it's just got pineapples all over it, man. It's just weird. I like it.
Nice. Sounds like a pretty rad shirt.
That's what I go for most of my shirts. Are just like super weird. Like it doesn't have to. I hate a lot of these like shirt designs now where it's just like quick company logo on like top left or top right.
I've
and then
always
just, like,
hated
the logo
okay,
on the back.
can I just say that I've always hated any form of shirt that has a logo on it. Like if it has a cool design, hell yeah. If your logo is part of the cool design, then I'm like, okay, sure. But if it's just the literal logo on a shirt, you can fuck off. That's
Yeah, like I could make that,
looks
bro.
dumb. Yeah, it looks like they just printed some bullshit on a shirt.
Literally
which is
could
kinda
go
what they
make
did.
Supreme shirts for less than fucking, $5 a shirt.
Yeah,
if
like I
really
remember
felt
somebody
like
made a joke of like, how about you just grab a white shirt and staple two $20 bills to it? Because that's basically what you're getting.
it. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
how- I don't know
What
actually how
about
much
the
it costs, but, like, about
$1,000
that.
brick that people bought?
What about that new Apple product? That the
The
stand,
TV stand, yeah,
the
for
stand
$1,000.
costs $99. Yeah,
$9.99 for fucking TV stand. It's like, where's the
it's
TV
a
though?
great deal. Yeah,
Where's
actually,
the TV, Apple?
the actual TV was apparently like significantly cheaper than the stand. So like, what the
More
fuck?
really does cost less. Well, that was a fucking lie. I love that. That's all the memes I saw the moment the stand came out. That and also there was the because they did the year choice and it was like all this shit for $9.99. It's just like this stands for $9.99 year choice. And the best one I saw was PewDiePie's chair, $3.99.
Yeah, just like literally get anything else.
And
like look at all this bullshit that you could buy.
And that's a great price.
Yeah, or you can just get a single stand.
Yeah. Dude, it's such a stupid fucking product, though. Why is Apple going down the shitters so hard?
Like, they weren't ever, like, the best, but they weren't this bad either.
Dude, my phone's expensive, and I don't know, I could go get a Samsung for cheaper, and it would actually have wireless charging. You know, like, this is... When I bought this phone, it was, like, one of the newest iPhones. It was 7 Plus there, and fucking... It has like nothing for like all the new phones that came out at the same time. Like I could have gotten a super shitty Samsung that would have had a lot more features with it than this phone.
Yeah.
And I also could have gotten Audacity.
I have to I have to admit, even though I know for a fact Samsung is a lot more like, at this point I'm not sure it's an argument of like if it's better or worse. Like Samsung is just like it has more things. Blatantly.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Thing is that I still use an iPhone, and I do feel more comfortable using an iPhone. I used a Samsung for a bit, and I never really got used to it. It feels weird to me.
Is this racist when I'm not actually trying to be?
I'm gonna bleep that out.
That's
like a joke. Also, no, we were just literally saying gibberish.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens
You
sometimes.
made it racist by saying that it was racist, man.
Well, I didn't know if it was, because I thought I was, like, sounding, you know, like, when they do the Asian-y voice, you know?
Not really. Like, I mean, if you squint at it...
back.
Get it?
If I squinted while I was saying it, yeah.
That's terrible, I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's still funny.
I love if we have any Asian viewers, which I'm pretty sure we maybe don't. Well, we don't have any listeners from Asia.
People that are Asian that are chilling listening to this podcast.
We love you.
Don't cook my cat.
More than a friend.
More than a... Excuse me?
Hi.
I don't like you guys more than a friend. I don't even know how I feel about you as a friend. So, I mean, you can take that as it is, but it is. It don't always.
Let's let that be the tagline. It is.
It is. It don't always be like that, but sometimes it do.
Yeah.
I've literally fucking listed that joke way too many times while we've recorded this podcast.
Probably.
And I still
my brain just probably blocks it out at this point because I didn't even recognize it.
But sometimes you do.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But yeah, so what was I gonna say?
I
was just gonna say
ruined
something.
your train of thought.
You totally did. It's okay though. We do this on the regular. I was gonna just mention that like the full I mentioned the word tagline. And that just reminded me of like, because I'm studying publicity or whatever.
Publicity marketing,
and for that I obviously have to make a shit ton of ads. So today I just wasted away my time trying to figure out how to use InDesign, not Photoshop notably, InDesign, which it works okay. But
yeah,
I sent you the stuff. It's fine. It's not great. I also just don't know how to do anything, and I was having so much trouble because there are like specific techniques like, oh, do like some juxtaposition in there, or do this other bullshit, and like some of them are like really easy. Like I got one that I did in literally 5 minutes. Actually, let's play a game. I sent you all of them, so just go through them and tell me which one you think took the least amount of time.
Number 3.
3? I don't know. Let me pull my phone up because I don't actually
Yeah.
know which one 3 is.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. I
You
can't
know,
really like change the apps around on my phone while we're recording because I get too scared.
You actually got it right. So, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I think I remember which one it was.
Yeah.
They were all in Spanish.
They were all in
So,
Spanish
like-
because I am in a Spanish-speaking country.
Because I am a Spanish, yes.
Because I am a Spanish?
I am a
singular
Spanish. I speak a Spanish.
Yep. But yeah, so the whole like ads were basically revolving around the idea that like, well, you know, like you can get a oh shit, I don't know the word in English. Fuck, this is painful. You can get a loan from the bank to like start a
Yes.
company and whatever, and
Yes.
so all of the ads were revolving around that concept, and mainly because like the idea was, well, a lot of people think that their like business is too small to actually apply. And the bank is just basically trying to say, no, guys, really though, you can come over and apply. We're not going to reject you like 90% of the time.
Give me a
And,
loan.
Give me a loan, yeah, pretty much. And so that's what like all of the advertisements were trying to project. So one of them was like really annoying and hard, but the one that you actually managed to guess right, that one was just basically like make a reference to like a popular figure, allude to the popular figure. And so do you want to guess what I did?
Fucking no, just tell me. I really don't want to guess.
Okay, no problem. I'll give
playing
you a
games
big
here, boy.
hint. Small loan of $1 million.
Small loan of $1 million.
Yeah, I made an ad on Donald
Mine's
Trump because it was just so easy.
Trump.
And basically
Yeah.
the little tagline of the thing was, you don't need millions of dollars to start your company. We'll
But
loan
you
you
do.
stuff. For a small company?
I mean, sure. Why not?
I mean, you would benefit from having $1 million, definitely. But yeah, so basically the premise of that one was just like, hey, you don't need this much money. It's not that hard. Like, we'll loan you money. We'll help you and give you like guidance and bullshit.
we'll give
and,
you the money if you think it's funny.
But yeah, that was basically like the entire ad, and it took me like literally 5 minutes to make it. And the whole point was like to not blatantly put Donald Trump on it. So do you want to guess what I put on it?
You put a minion on it.
I should have, but no, I just put his literal toupee.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, his
I was
toupee
wondering.
and just an American flag in the background.
I saw that, yeah.
It was just the most like cheap shot possible, and then it was like, okay, then that'll work.
Yeah. 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 It's okay. I don't care.
Oh, I feel sad now.
You should. Stop
Alright,
crying
with that
during
being
the
said-
podcast. That's not okay.
With
I'm
that
gonna
being
go tell your
said,
family all about how you're such a bitch.
with that being said, you can find all of our information in the description below. The music that we used in this podcast is in the description and the show notes, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
What's a
Just look
show
in
note?
there, you'll get a. That's apparently another term that people use for the literal description. And so you can just check that out, and it'll be great. And you can look at all the music that we use, and it's really great music. You should check it out.
Check
we didn't
out.
make it.
I didn't. I don't know how to music.
We're not
so
artists.
Don't
Nope. Nope.
don't give me that.
Yep. You can also reach us at Twitter at BGBL all caps podcast lowercase. And you can send us an email, which would be awesome, and you should totally do right now. Just like stop whatever you're doing and send
do
us an
it.
email. Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
You can reach us through email at BGBL podcast. The BGBL podcast. God, I got it wrong. I'm sorry.
God,
The
you're
BGBL
so
podcast.
stupid.
The BGBL podcast at gmail.com. And
The BGBL
yeah.
podcast. Is that what it was?
Yeah, the BGBL podcast.
The BGBL podcast. Are you sure it's the BGBL podcast?
The BGBL podcast.
Really?
The BGBL podcast at
Are you
gmail.com.
serious?
Yeah.
right now? That's
Yeah.
what it is. Oh
Yeah,
man.
the BGBL podcast.
Then go
at
get a hold of us
gmail.com.
at the BGBL podcast at gmail.com. That was
All right. Okay, goodbye.
Yes. Yeah.